All right, guys. So Alex and I are just hanging out here, and we were talking about a couple things from the event that he competed at, which was Eddie Bravo Invitational. And I took away a lot of things from that competition. It opened my eyes to what I need to do as a competitor. The level of jiu-jitsu was so high. The event itself was just well ran, and I think that's the future. Like no gi, submission only, and just you know events where people put out great talent. They showcase just really great skill. As far as my career in jiu-jitsu, I feel like that's the route that I may have to take. And also, not only that, but just the level of training. Like even backstage, I saw the guys, the way they were warming up, the way they were drilling with their coach. It just wasn't another level. Like for you to be able to compete in an event like that, it's super high class like grappling skills. It's amazing, and it blew my mind, and it's definitely motivated me to step my game up. And I cannot wait until I step back on the mat. I cannot wait to work on honing and just getting better at what I'm trying to accomplish, and just making my game a lot better. Other than that, I know that Alex had a couple things to say about the event and his performance, so I'm just gonna give him the time right now.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because one of the hard things, both as like a training partner, as a friend, and as a competitor, like when you fuse the three together, is like somebody goes to compete and then they win or they lose, and then it's always kind of sometimes hard to ask them what happened. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the situation. Usually, I've always been kind of like private and stuff, and like, but I think now it's definitely in my time in my life. It's a time that I want to talk a little bit more about my experiences and share a little bit more things. So firstly, what happened was my friend Dennis was like, he told me, he's like, hey, why don't you do another EBI? And I messaged Eddie Bravo on Instagram, and I was like, hey, can I do another EBI? And then a little bit after, he put me on, and I was very excited. I started training, and I always had this mentality like, just keep doing what you're doing, stay in good shape, believe in your positions, and then that's what I did. And then after that, the brackets came out, and on the brackets there was a lot of names that I knew. I knew almost everybody, but as soon as I saw that I was fighting Barrett Yoshida, I was actually very excited. I told only a couple of people this, like Van, Shalino, like some of my close friends. I didn't tell this to a lot of people, but Barrett Yoshida is somebody that I really look up to. Like when I first started training, I think he was already a black belt, and he was already really good, and he's a smaller guy, so I would always watch his fights, and I always liked it. And in my head I was really confident. I said to myself like, oh, don't think of it like that. Don't think that he has a name, anything like that. Everybody's beatable. And then I thought I matched up well against them. And I trained really hard. And then on fight day, like a lot of times people like they put something in their head, but really no, I wasn't nervous really. I respected him, but I didn't respect him too much. And then when the fight started, I felt fine, and then I was hiding my foot because I was a little bit hesitant to play like the regular G roll, the regular half guard, because my foot is exposed, and for this format you can just fall back and get a foot lock. So I was hiding it, and then really quickly I took it out and I tried to go for the G roll, and this was one of the few times that I remember this happening, but I really messed up the G roll, and I did it sloppy, and like I didn't stabilize it, and I rushed it, and then I ended up giving up my back. This is like a fundamental mistake from the G roll. Like when I teach it or when people ask me about it, I always tell them not to do this, and I did it. It happens. And then he ended up taking my back, and he has a really tight choke. I defended a little bit, and then I heard Van coaching me, telling me, but then eventually he just sank it in, and it was really tight. And Barrett. Is a really honorable and really good person. He even messaged me, telling me about the fight and stuff like that. And reached out to me. Not a lot of people do that, and I was thinking about it too. Like during the weigh-ins, like some of the competitors, they like weighed in like almost like it was an MMA fight, and then a lot of others were very casual and very friendly. So like jiu-jitsu and MMA is so different, and then it's just a pleasure, to be able to have like a match like this, and not, the guy doesn't want to like kill me and I don't want to kill him. I just want to see who's better, and that's it. Like a lot of MMA fights are like a little bit different, the mentality. So that's about it, and then me and Van, we had a lengthy conversation. We were talking about everything, and we reached a few conclusions. So we're gonna have to train, a little bit smarter, train a little bit differently, get together more when he's healed up. He was a main training partner for myself for a very long time, and now with his surgery, I really miss him. So definitely, for the future, I'm gonna be competing so many more times. I really need him back. So we're already brainstorming about what things that we're gonna do. How we're gonna drill, how we're gonna train. The intensities that we're gonna train at.
Definitely just training smarter, and trying to research a little bit more about what we need to work on, and just focus on what we need to do. It's definitely gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna work hard into recovering and getting back on the mats as fast as I can. I'm even contemplating on hopping back on next week, but again, it's all about just being smart, and I know that Alex and I are gonna go far because we keep a positive mentality. We've got each other's back, and I know that all of you guys have our back. So we just want to say thank you, and I think that's about it. I mean, you got anything else to say?
No, guys. So yeah, just in the past few episodes, I was featured a lot. This was a big event. I was in EBI. But Van is, he's really talented in a lot of things that he does, not only jiu-jitsu, also like this vlogging. Like he shot my video for my school, and he was just learning about the vlogging.
That was the very first video that I shot.
First video that he shot.
I edited.
So guys, like I'm not gonna be in the next few episodes probably, but please, keep watching, subscribe to him. I want all my friends to subscribe to him. I know already my mom and dad, I think, subscribe. They've been messaging him a lot.
They do.
Liking all his videos.
They're my coolest subscribers.
Yeah. So yeah, please subscribe. Keep on the lookout. There's gonna be a lot of cool things. He has a lot of things planned that he's been telling me that he hasn't been telling you guys. So I'm gonna be watching. So make sure you guys tune in. All right.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you.